Okay, here we are for tip number 2, on the clock. Now, what does that mean? Timing. We're going to talk a little bit about timing here. If you find yourself spending too much time on any one problem, I want you to be able to mark that problem on your test booklet and come back to at the end. Now, why is that important? How much time is too much time? If you remember, we had mentioned earlier with our 60 questions on the math section, you have 60 minutes to do that. So if you were to try to spend 5 minutes per question, you would never get finished. So we're looking at wanting to shoot for about a minute per question. Again, some questions are going to take you a lot less time than that. Some may take you a little bit more, but that's our average time. So what I want you to be able to do in this prep time is to gain an awareness of time so it doesn't sneak up on you. If you're working a problem and you see that, oh no, this is going to take me a lot more time, there may be times when you need to stop, mark it to come back to, and then work on some other problems. Because if you'll remember, every question on the ACT counts the same. So one problem that may take you a little longer to do, you may be able to answer 4 or 5 questions in the same amount of time to do that one. And that's 4 or 5 more points than you would get from just answering the one correctly. So what you need to do is decide beforehand how you're going to mark those type of questions that you know you can come back to, you just need a little bit longer time. So let's get a little bit of practice so we can tell if a question's going to take you more time, how much time, a minute, or in this case, we'll do a 30-second question timer. So I'm going to set the timer. You don't even necessarily have to pause the video right now. We're going to run the timer for 30 seconds, work this problem, and see how far you get. And I'm going to start the timer now. All right, so that's the end of the 30 seconds. Okay, and let's see, you should have chosen answer B for this one. In the standard XY coordinate plane, which of the following lines is perpendicular to the line 5y equals 3x plus 1? Perpendicular is an important key word in this question. So what we're going to look at, remember, perpendicular lines, their slopes are negative reciprocals. So we've got to look at this format. We've got the line 5y equals 3x plus 1. If you'll remember to get your line in the slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b, m is your slope. To do that, we need to divide through by 5 because we want y on the left-hand side. So we divide everything through by 5, and that's going to give us this slope of 3/5 for the line that we're given. We said that the slope of the perpendicular line is the negative reciprocal. So that means we're going to put the negative sign in front and flip that fraction to make it negative 5/3. So then we go back through, we look at our answer choices, and we're looking for the answer that has the slope of the line that is negative 5/3. Now remember, what we're focusing on in this tip is to be aware of our timing. Remember, all your questions count the same. Each question that you get correct will be counted as one correct, and you're not penalized for any incorrect answers. So you always want to put an answer for every one of your questions. Take some time to think a little bit about your timing, and then we'll see you in the next section.